Hey guys, this is going to be my April wrap-up and May TBR, where I go through the books that I read in April and tell you really briefly what I thought about them, and then go through the books that I plan to read in May. I managed to read 4 books in April, which is actually better than I thought I would do, so I'm pretty proud of it, even though it's not that many. Admittedly though, the first book I managed to finish this month was a textbook. It's Adolescence by Lawrence Steinberg, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. This was the textbook for my adolescent psychology class, and I think it accomplished what a textbook is supposed to accomplish. I didn't have any problems with it. It was easy to read. Then I read Rizoko by David Cudler. I gave it 1 out of 5 stars. I did not like it. I'm not gonna go into why exactly. Again, I did write a review of it on my blog where I kind of outlined why I didn't like it. Basically though, I just found it very boring and very uninteresting, and I couldn't get into it. Then I read Fast Food Maniac by John Hine, which is a very easy to read book. It just has like, here's the White Castle section. It outlines a bunch of different restaurants, both national chains and some regional chains. And like you just see that there's a little bit of facts and then like 2 sections on each restaurant that kind of tells a story about it or something. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. There was some pretty interesting stuff in here. I would, however, not recommend it being a book that you read from like cover to cover. I would say it's more something you want to pick up and read like one section at a time. I think if you read too much of it at once, it does start to get boring though. And then the last book that I read this month was Unity by Laura Maisano. I don't know if I'm saying her last name correctly. I reviewed this on my blog as well. It's the second book in the Illyrian series, and that series is actually a duology. I'm so used to series being at least trilogies that I never expected it to only be 2 books. And I didn't actually realize it was until I got to a certain point in Unity and realized this is wrapping everything up. This is like the big finale and everything's coming to an end. And so I got on Goodreads and checked, and it is a duology. It was a really nice surprise because I'm so used to like much longer series, so just having it wrapped up in like 2 books was really nice. And I really enjoyed the story. It was one of those things where I read the first book a year ago and I was worried that I wouldn't remember it well enough, but then when I got into this book, did not have that problem at all. Everything came back to me very easily because I feel like it stuck with me enough, and I really liked the story. It was very interesting. For my TBR, I'm going to stick with 5 books because it's a nice round number. I read 4 in April and it's been a really busy month. And since this next week is finals, but then it's summer break, I think that I can read 5 books. First book that I'm currently reading is one that was on my April TBR, and it's the Longman Anthology of British Literature, the 4th edition. As you can see, I'm pretty far in it already. I only have this much more to go. I'm pretty sure I'll finish this pretty quickly. The next book on my to-read list is Rewind to You by Laura Johnston. Oh my god, this book, you guys. I downloaded this onto my Kindle at least a year ago, if not longer, and it's been sitting on my Kindle since then, and I keep meaning to read it. I'll be in the middle of another book, like I am right now with that one, and I'll be like, I need to read this one when I'm done with it, and then I completely forget about it and I pick up something else. For some reason, I know it's partially because it's on my Kindle, but typically I'm good at remembering to read my books on Kindle as well, but this one I downloaded it so long ago that it's been pushed back, like page-wise. This is the first time I've opened it since then, because I know opening it will move it up to the beginning, but it just got pushed further and further back and I would forget it was there. I swear to God, I'm going to read it in May. Finally. The next book is the book that may be the reason why I don't read 5 books if I don't manage to read 5 books next month. It's the Norton Anthology of Theory and Criticism. This is from my Lit Crit class that I took sophomore year. Obviously it is huge, possibly the biggest, actually not even possibly, it's totally the biggest book I own except for the complete works of Shakespeare. I don't really think I'm going to sit down and read this cover to cover. I'm pretty sure I'm going to read sections at a time. and so I'll be reading other books, so I don't plan to finish this in May really, and I'm hoping it won't really affect me reading 5 books because I'll be reading other books while reading this. Obviously I've already read bits and pieces of it for my Lit Crit class. We did not read the whole thing, so I'm actually pretty excited about that. The next book on my TBR has been on at least 2 TBRs, like the last 2 TBRs, and I haven't read it yet. I feel terrible because I keep pushing it back, but I keep not making it to it, and then like I remembered that Rewind You has been sitting on my Kindle for way longer than this book, even though this book has been on 2 TBRs and Rewind You hasn't been on any, so I don't feel that bad about it, but it's 15 Lanes by S.J. Laidlaw, which is about sex trafficking in India, I believe. It's been a while now since I looked up what it was about, but I'm pretty sure that's what I remember. I am really excited to read this book, so I do hope that I get to it this month. And then the last book on my TBR is one that should be easy to read. It's The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, Official Illustrated Movie Companion. I like just got this for Christmas. I don't even have Mockingjay yet. I'm assuming there are Mockingjay ones. For whatever reason, I love these books. Finding out how movies are made is interesting to me. I love watching like DVD extras and things, so I'm really excited for this, especially because Catching Fire was such a good movie. But that is all. Hopefully I managed to read at least most of those books in May. We'll see, and I will see you guys later. Bye.